One word springs to mind, probably confidence, honestly. Like, I went into World Cup and I went into OWL with people not knowing who I am, people saying this guy's not going to perform. And I just kind of knew that I could perform on Rein because I'd been practicing it and playing it for so long. If it was on Winston or Hammond meta maybe straight away, then I probably would have been a bit more hesitant, but I was really, really confident in my Rein, so I knew that I could go in and compete against anyone, and I had a really good team to back me up. So yeah, I think confidence is probably the biggest thing.
제일 중요하게 생각하는 거는 일단 절대 죽으면 안 된다 이런 마인드로.
A lot of it really is like team oriented because Rein can't do anything on his own. Like yeah, he can like maybe get like a shatter off or like a pin maybe, but like at the end of the day, if you don't have like a team that's gonna help you, then you're just gonna get flattened, right? Basically, because that's just how he is. He doesn't have much like mobility other than his pin, but like that's not gonna save you. Even though it's like a team thing, it's also like a confidence thing as well. Because like, if you're going against a Rein, like in like the Rein v Rein matchup, if you're scared, then you're not gonna play as well. But if you just like play how you know how to play, then you're gonna be better, I think.
이게 제가 잠깐 실수하면 바로 포커싱 당해서 죽는 상황이 많거든요. 그래가지고 죽을 때와 안 죽을 때 그거를 잘 알아야 될 것 같아요.
One feature of a really good great Rein is probably being vocal. Obviously, that's going to sound like super biased coming from me, but you look at players like Super and Bumper, and I guarantee that they are very vocal in when they want to move. Not necessarily shot calling or ult tracking or just the macro of the game, but calling when they want to go forward, when they want to go back, when they want to shatter. They micro their team in those moments, and that really, really helps you to control the pace of the game as a Reinhardt player, and it's really important to be able to do that if you want to be like one of the best Reins.
제가 생각할 때는 잘하는 라인은 궁극기가 있어도 진짜 바로 안 쓰고 때에 맞게 그러니까 참을 줄 아는 라인이 잘하는 것 같아요. 궁극기 있을 때도.
It's fading away. And Bumper's got another shatter already. He's just gonna wade forward. Is he gonna just use it? Mind games. Oh,
Big shatter, everybody, but boy.
That was a 5-man shatter from Bumper. Gets 2 with the charge.
I think Bumper, like he does some questionable plays sometimes, but
Johnny just continues to get multi-kills.
We had a video recently with Mickey talking about how to use self-destruct. He talked about how you put it behind.
Oh no!
That's a problem.
I think like when it comes to blocking shatters, like he's really good at it because like not only because you don't have to worry about just the Reinhardt, but when like a Reinhardt knows that the other Rein has shatter, then he'll like tell his team, and then you have to worry about like a Brig stunning you or blocking you, then the Zarya bubbles. It's like a lot more than just the Reinhardt. So he like not only does he know you have shatter, but then he relays the information, and then it just gets everything. It's a lot harder. You know what I mean?
In the beginning of the game and previously when I was in Tier 3, Tier 2, playing and aspiring to be in the Overwatch League, or even prior to Overwatch League, it was probably Fraggy for me. He was always such a dominant Rein in Europe. I played against him a lot in scrims, and he was like I learned so much from him. There's different people that you can learn from, but I think the best examples of who to learn from are probably Super and Mano as well. Mano plays a lot more passive style. He plays a lot more with his team, but he's extremely good at Rein, and he's it shows he has the least deaths on Rein in the league in last stage. Super, meanwhile, is probably the opposite. He is like the Bumper style as it's known, but I think Super is probably one of the cleanest, if not the cleanest, mechanical Rein in the league, and he's also really, really good at letting his team or moving his team forward and back. Like he seems like he just really, really understands Rein really well. I think he's probably the best Rein in the league right now.
지금 생각나는 거 2명인데 구슈랑 피셔 선수.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like way back in the day, before Overwatch League, and before like I was even on a team really. It was in Apex, like Kaiser was known as like the best Reinhardt at the time, way back in like 2017, and everyone knew Kaiser, and he had like all these big plays on Runaway in Korea, and you know I think everyone like who was like a Rein player liked watching him just because he could do like flashy stuff and he always popped off.
Probably going to get stalled out. Oh, a 5-man Earthshatter though. They're gonna give him the nano.
Kaiser!
He gets 2. The eye of the Kaiser.
Like you can always learn. Like even if you're the best, you can always learn. So like I've learned things from Bumper that like I've played against them. We've scrimmed against him, played against him twice on stage. So I think all that together just really helps.
Well, of course, you gotta look to Specs at the fact that he could deny it outright. What we see here, Fusion's playing the shatter. Dropped! Oh my goodness, what a shatter! United Kingdom moving on in. Fusions with the monster play.
It's really about tracking their shatter. When you know that they have shatter, you don't want to be as aggressive and you don't want to be as focused on the duel because you want to be able to block that. So if you know that he doesn't have Shatter, it allows you to be a lot more aggressive positioning with your Shatter. And if you know he has it, you can be a lot more passive and try and bait him into your team.
Gets that grab up, and he can certainly do it in time here for this final fight. There is not going to be a whole lot of mitigation here on Boston's side. They need to count on Kellex getting sound barrier up. Self-destruct thrown in again. Fusions with the counter shatter, looking for it, trying to find the...
For one, you have to know they have Shatter. Like that's like a big thing. You have to figure out like the other Ryan's play style to know like how he uses his shield. Like some Ryan's like they don't use it at all. Sometimes like they use it like they like flash it when they jump back. So it's really about just like figuring out how the Ryan you're going against plays and then just trying to like adapt to that.
라인이 방벽이 많이 금이 가 있으면 끝까지 드는 라인은 거의 없거든요. 그래서 금이 갔을 때 이제 어느 정도 이제 내릴 것 같다라고 생각이 들면 이제 궁을 쓰는 게 좋습니다.
If you don't hit anyone with a Shatter, it's best to try and back up a bit and regroup with your team because chances are you went quite deep for that Shatter. So if you didn't hit anyone, you want to probably back up, stay alive with your team, sort of ball up a bit until you can heal up, get your resources back, and then you can push back in when the moment's right for it.
Oh, roars in the corner. He's right behind him, Shatter! Oh, it's nasty! That's a six-man Shatter! Just to the Shatter damage alone. Bumper trying to get out of there, the sound barrier keeps him alive, but he turns back around, gets the Shatter!
Impact kept Bumper alive despite the graviton, and this might hurt. Oh! That is a massive Earthshatter to stop the Titan following up and getting damage done.
Richard's not going to get denied, and it will not. Spree does not have the D-Matrix in time. Shatter comes down, the bomb is down! They do it!